Hey guys, good morning. How are you? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. What's going on, guys? Oh my goodness. This has been a week, guys. This has been a week. I'm sure it's been a week for everybody. Della, good morning. She was my gang star this morning. Miss Blue, Shea Butter, good morning. Good morning, ladies. Latoy, good morning. Pineapples, sipping tea with TJ. Virgo, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Shouts out to a couple of our Virgo vloggers that I love. Missy Lynn, happy birthday. Raven Elise, happy birthday. I don't know who else's birthday today yet, but happy birthday to those two queens on these YouTube streets that are doing it. Okay. And guys, any of you out there who watch Patricia Bright, who you guys know I love, she's changed a little bit of her format. I don't know if she's even filming herself anymore. I think she's got videographers that are coming in. It's like a real ass reality show going on up in there. If you've seen her last couple of uploads, they are so she's doing something with YouTube originals. You know, Patricia's close to 3 million now. She's a UK vlogger, and she is just doing some different things. She's doing some interviews with some high profile people. She had a woman on. I didn't get to watch the entire video, but I'm going to watch it today. It was a black woman, a cis, and she is a baroness, okay, which means that she is married to a baron, who's got a position, and in the, you know, in the royal realm. But it was interesting. She was talking to a baroness. This is a YouTuber who is from London, who is a child of Nigerian immigrants, who father was deported back to Africa. I mean, this is not someone who was born with a silver spoon or gold spoon in her mouth. She worked very hard, very smart, worked for Merrill Lynch, and started doing YouTube in her spare time in her bedroom when she still lived with her mother, and does quite well for herself now. She's married with 2 kids, and taking her channel in a completely different direction, which is super interesting to me, just to see it's just very different. And so anyway, I'm going to watch the whole thing. I just kind of went over there to see what was going on, and I saw that there was a lot going on, and I started watching, and I didn't get through everything. But I definitely will give you a full report. I plan to do a lot of watching of YouTube, not on these YouTube streets this weekend. I'll keep my ears open, obviously. But I'm gonna, tell you what else is going on. It's amazing to see how much she's grown. Absolutely. I mean, she's doing it. You know what I mean? She really is. And Patricia Bright, she's pretty awesome. And so that's that on that. But yeah, guys, good morning, good morning, good morning. But Missy Lynn, happy birthday. I did an interview with Missy Lynn on Instagram. I uploaded it over here. This was about maybe 2-3 months ago. I'll share it today. I wished her happy birthday on Instagram yesterday. She is a baddie out here. She doesn't upload as much. She's living her life, I think YouTube is, it's one of her streams of income. We talked about it in the interview, and we said that we would do something else. So hopefully maybe next time we do something, maybe it'll just be live here initially. But the original upload is on her channel. If you go over to her IGTV, you can see the interview I did with Missy Lynn, and she's pretty awesome. But she stays active, but she's not like an every week uploader anymore. She might upload once a month, stuff like that. I think she's trying to keep her peace. Okay. Cause YouTube can be tough. So, And that's that on that. But she's pretty active on her Instagram, so I think she's found there's a source on Instagram. But it kind of ties into this title. Good morning, everyone coming in. Because I think sometimes oversharing, when YouTube wasn't what YouTube ended up becoming or what it is today, I think a lot of people, they are having to make the adjustments accordingly to make sure that they're living the life that they want to live, and not the life that's happening. And sometimes you can take control and sometimes you don't take control, and we see the repercussions of that all the time. Okay. So I just kind of wanted to preface all of that. It all will tie in together. If you have not voted in the poll yet, do so. Let your voice be heard. And welcome to the chat, guys. If you're not subscribed and you're listening, you want to jump in, there is a 20-minute holding. So go ahead, hit the subscribe button. That way, when you want to jump in with, or yes, girl, yes, you are ready to go if you're not already subscribed to this channel. Let's see. So Sipping Tea with TJ had a birthday. Happy birthday, hun. Miss Blue, Latoy, I think I said Raven Elise too. Raven Elise, birthday is today. So Raven, happy birthday. There may be some others, but honestly, I don't know. But I'm going to look on our birthday list in just a minute, guys. So bear with me. If you are having a birthday today, make sure to drop it down in the chat so we know. V Love BBW, good morning. Miss SWV, good morning. I hope I'm not skipping anybody. Della was number 1 in the chat today. Treese Purdue, SK Lee, Monica, good morning. How are you, my dear? How are you? Kanisha, good morning. Good morning. Ms. Braider Life, yes, good morning. It's officially Jaleesa, Sunshine. Hey, Kiki, Virgo Diva. I got to have skipped a lot of people. I can't have said everybody's name. Tiffy, baby, good morning. Misha Danielle, good morning. I sure did. Erica, good morning. Amber, good morning, hun. Let me see. Where's okay. Let's see. Miss Blue, Mary Blue, SK Lee. I always want to say Skeely. Everybody's probably driving into work. And that's cool. Everyone, we have a nice group in the chat. So good morning, good morning, good morning. Guys, give me just 1 second. Let me go Taylor's video about Liv's pregnancies through the years. It's certified in my mind that tuna is crazy. Something's going on over there. Candy C, good morning. Hold on for me just 1 second. Let me just check in mom life duties really quick. I will be right back. Hey guys, good morning. Sorry about that. I had to check into my mom duties. Um, let's see who's come in. Kiki Mad, good morning. And that's it. Mary Blue, good morning. I don't know if I spoke to you before. I know I saw hey Kiki Mad. Y'all, okay. So Jasmine last night, as you can see, I've got this on the screen. Jasmine shared last night her Jasmine shared her ultrasound, guys, and I believe from what I could see on there, it said 9/13, which was Monday. And on Monday, it says that she was 28 weeks and 3 days. Now, is this our business? Absolutely not. I mean, it's not our business, right? It's not our business. It's not our business. Why this woman decided to film the screen and pixeled out only a portion and that we could see very private information. I mean, we know Jasmine's name. She's got it out here on the YouTube streets, but there's so much on the screen that you can see. And maybe she wanted us to see it. I don't know. I mean, this is not a channel that does not get discussed on the YouTube street. So it's like, lady, what are you doing? If you don't want people to talk about your business, why do you keep putting your business out? Okay? So I don't get it, but that's her business. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's her business of why she puts her business out. But it becomes our business when you put it out on the YouTube streets and it comes through my timeline. Good morning, Candy. Good morning, Rose of Sharon. Good morning, Miss Pearl. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Keisha. Good morning. How are you? It becomes our business. You know what I'm saying? Is it, I had someone who came in the comments yesterday who said, what did this woman say? I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like, lady, please. Like, are you new here? You must be new because I don't okay. Ma'am, have a good day. That's what I wanted to say. Have a good day, ma'am. I'm gonna bring up the screen too so you guys can see. But just give me a second. So this was on yesterday's live. Did I pin it? She may have came in here and deleted her comment. Who knows? Oh, it's still here. She just said, and let me try to pull it up really quick. Is it Anaya? I always say that. Anaya, how are you? Good morning. I don't know. Did you guys watch Jasmine's video last night? VB, good morning. Did you guys watch it? Did you see this ultrasound or you guys? I know some of you don't even watch. I know some of you just kind of wait to see when the reactors post stuff. So you're not necessarily like on the pulse of everything that's going on. So I don't know if you saw this or not, but she put up a video last night. Basically, she was getting cleared. I guess she's Rona free. I'm assuming because she said she was free to kind of get back to life. And that's awesome. I'm just wondering how many people got taken out with her. And I mean, obviously they got sick, so they got it from somewhere. And I know that that's Jasmine's thought process. I got it, so I'm, whatever. But at the end of the day, yeah, we have a responsibility to not try to spread it around, but whatever. So yeah, she went to the doctor's office, she had her ultrasound, she filmed it, and then she came home and I'm trying to think of the episode. Like, it was all very familiar. And she was happy, you know. She got a 3D picture, and she couldn't believe how much the baby looked like Chris. And is there a reason why? Like, he's Chris's baby. Your other babies look like Philip. So, you know, why wouldn't they look like the father? I mean, that's, you know, the baby's going to look like you or him as long as you or him are the parents, you know. But she was just like, oh my God, I just can't believe how much the baby looks like Chris. And I'm like, girl, that's weird, but okay, whatever you say, ma'am. I just found that was just a very interesting comment. Now where is this so I can share it? Okay. Miss Nita, more likely, maybe she's finally seeing Liv was never her friend, even though she's no better. What's going on? Was Jazz throwing shade to Olivia? I didn't catch it. Lord, let's pray the baby doesn't have a perforated hairline. Uh-oh. Miss Nita, can you let us know what the shade was? I didn't catch it. Maybe I can bring up the video. If you've got a timestamp, I will be happy to bring it up. Hold on. Can't tell how baby looks, even though those 3D ultrasounds are smushed in there like a pancake. You know what? Honestly, my 3D video or my 3D shots of Farrah, honestly, her face, I mean, it looks exactly like her face now. And we could tell like she had a lot of, well, she has a lot of both of our attributes. I know sometimes people say she looks a lot like her dad. Sometimes they say she looks a lot like me. She looks a lot like both of us. At certain times, she just kind of morphs. So we had some, but I had 3D images almost all the time. I got ultrasounds all the time because I was high risk. Because I'm old, guys. I had my daughter at 40. So every time I went to see my doctor, I would have to go right upstairs and go to maternal and fetal medicine. So, but it was nice though. I don't know anything different. So that's my first and only. And it was cool because I was very pleased to have been able to get so many ultrasounds. So it was cool for me. Let's see. Can you guys see this, or does this look horrible? It's hard to see, guys. I might need to go to a different screen. Plus, I've got the dark effect on here. This might not be the best thing to do. Hold on. Let me find it. Let me do a different look for you guys. I'll just read it to you for right now, though. Okay. I don't want to waste too much time. So she says, you know what's crazy to me? That you choose to talk shit about this woman every day, every fucking day. Her name is Adi Murph, ADEMURFF. A day Murph or Addie, whatever. You know what's crazy to me? ... That you choose to talk shit about this woman every in capital letters fucking day. Like, why are we so angry, ma'am? Maybe you need to find something to do. Her mothering, her love life, all of it. It's an obsession to you, and that shit blows my mind. So Olivia, like, look, if you want to come down in the comments, just come as yourself, because honestly, I can't imagine why someone cares that much to come to cuss me out in my comments over a bitch they don't know. Okay? Like, seriously, I don't even get it. That is so unreal to me, considering the fact that I don't really get a whole lot of this on a regular basis. I think that this is complete and total, like, girl, if you got something to say, just drop down into the comments. You know, I mean, it's really silly to come through with troll accounts or send people over here because at the end of the day, I'm not even talking about you right now. We're actually focused on Jasmine. However, at the end of the day, why don't you call the New York Times, the Daily News, every news reporting outlet, every tabloid, whatever the case might be, and you tell them to not talk about Wendy Williams, Beyonce, Joe Biden, whoever else. Oh, but that's the news. They're public figures. Well, this is the news, and you're a public figure on this small stage called YouTube. So if somebody can make a video about anybody, Brittany Blabber or Mary Blue in the comments, then they can make a video about you. So just get it. You're living a public life on a public platform. If you don't want people to know about you and what you got going on, or Miss Addie Murph, too bad. But yeah, they did come for her in the comments. Someone named Lana said, sis, it's a reaction channel. Don't dig too deep. It's just entertainment. And yes, it's entertainment for us. It's real life for Olivia. But if Olivia did not engage in oversharing, embellishing, lying, whatever type of behavior that she decides to engage in and monetize it on a platform that is known to be messy AF, you wouldn't have to worry about this. If you want to monetize it and put it on your own website and your own server and serve it up to your mailing list, maybe you wouldn't be making as much money. And then you do your own sales and get your own Google AdSense and have them monetize your website, and you go ahead and bring your audience over there in private. And then you can also copyright your shit so nobody could really use your shit. So I've just given you a whole entire business plan on how you can take your shit off YouTube, go put it somewhere else and protect it and get paid for it. But you know what that would entail? A lot of work. Okay? For you to monetize your own website and to bring the traffic, to bring the noise, to bring the people to the yard to watch your shit off your own server and your own private website with a password. And you can do all of that on damn Squarespace, okay? But that includes investing in yourself. That includes some work. That includes some thought. That includes some desire and some ambition, not just posting on YouTube, a platform that is messy as fuck, and think that people aren't going to be messy as fuck. Okay, everybody is not messy on here, but a lot of people are. And whether you feel like you're messy, whether you think people are being messy, at the end of the day, people decide to come and look at your life, not because it's something that they want to replicate. Let's be for real here. At the end of the day, nobody wants to be in your situation, Olivia, and really sometimes maybe even you, Jasmine, or any. Look, at the end of the day, we all need to be happy where we're at. Okay. Nobody's envying anybody else's spot. If you see someone doing something big, like I spoke about earlier, some people who I feel like are role models to me, maybe that's something I would want to replicate, but I can't do it like them because they are them. I am me. Okay. So whether I consider them positive or you consider them, that's too much for me. They're living a life I don't even know about. I'm not with that bougie shit or whatever the case might be. Then that's you. That's you. If you want a low life live, you go right on ahead. I choose to, fill my head on my personal time with things that I find encouraging, inspiring, motivating, and seeing women doing their thing and optimizing their opportunities and potential. because that's how I try to live my life. I am certainly not perfect, but if I do things that are positive to me, then I think I'm going to have some positive results, even with the negative. I mean, Raven has been very vocal about actually having had to spend some time having what sounded like to me is somewhat of a nervous breakdown situation. She was very troubled at one time because YouTube got really up under her skin, and she needed some help, and she sought it out. She took a break, and she's been crushing it ever since. And we see Patricia Bright. She had to back up. She's in an interracial marriage. Her husband is super funny, great guy. They are clearly in love. They've got 2 children, and she just could not take the scrutiny and the racism of her having a white husband, and also being a woman of Nigerian descent. She's chocolate, and her kids are clearly biracial, and she couldn't take a lot of it. So she's backed up. They have a whole channel that's very popular called Brit Pop Life. And I love their videos, but they haven't posted a video in almost 2 years. And that channel continues to grow because the videos are so funny, and their relationship is really refreshing, that they're just so happy, and they're both funny people. But at the end of the day, she had to make a decision that her marriage wasn't worth a YouTube check. So the channel exists. Every blue moon, they'll put something up, but it's been a minute. It's been since after they had, maybe right before she got pregnant with the second baby, that they've put up something, because the scrutiny is not something that she wanted to have to deal with. So she has another couple channels. She has one called the Break Platform, which she talks about YouTube and managing a YouTube business and optimizing. She does reactions on bosses and people who are doing videos on finance and money. And that's what she does her reactions on, because she's a finance person, again, who I told you all that she worked for Merrill Lynch for a period of time. And you know, people have to control your message. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit out here and be a damn victim and try to make people feel sorry for you when you have laid it out and put a price tag on it. I mean, at the end of the day, if I want to use you as a vehicle to put forward a message of ratchet resentment, then damn it, I'm going to do what I want to do, because I've got a First Amendment right to be able to speak what's on my mind and give my opinion. And if you don't want to be lumped into the ratchet resentment conversation, then maybe you don't need to put shit out that's ratchets, okay? And if someone decides to take one of my videos today and talk about ratchet resentment or spots on people's faces or whatever the hell they want to, they can do that, okay? Because I understand what I'm doing. But I also understand what I need to do to protect myself. And what that is, I'm not sharing, but I put my content out a certain way that I can live with. And if you can't live with it, don't do it. But don't expect me to have a certain manners, a certain code for you, because you decide to share something that is too personal. You're putting it out. Guys, hold on just 1 second. Let me go check my door. Y'all, any of you who work from home, which I know a lot of people have Ring now, guys, don't forget to hit the like button for me. Any of you who have been home or worked from home previously, does it blow your mind how many people come to your door when you're not home. I think Ring kind of solved that for a lot of people. Like, damn, I didn't realize how many people came to the door like that. But also, how many people for bullshit, like, we're in the neighborhood, we're doing some roofs, do you want to get your roof done? It's like, did I call you? Robin was crying. Hold on. Robin was crying because she thought they were pretending about the baby, and she was like, oh my God, this is real. Because they are living a life of pretend over there, and it's confusing. It's one thing if you want to be pretend with yourself. But when you involve the kids to the point where they are confused, I don't know. Look, to the person's point in the comment, look, if Olivia can square up with what she's doing to her children, that's her business. You know what I mean? I don't really like to deep dive into parenting. I think Olivia is the best person to understand and know what is going on between her and her kids, along with Gerard. I think that it is a disservice to do things to confuse your children as a mother, because she always says only mothers or only parents would understand. Okay. I think it's piece of shit to confuse your kids, especially for coin. And that's on period the first thing, and for coin is the second thing. Involving, if you have a shits and giggles channel and you guys are putting on a show and you guys are the royalty family, there's a show that there's a channel that my daughter watches, or the Onyx Kids, and they kind of do theater. You know, I call it theater. They're putting on wigs, they're doing skits, they're doing all kinds of stuff, they're acting, right? If there's a day, I would imagine that one of the Onyx, that Sasha, or I always forget their names, decides that she doesn't want to participate, I'm sure they probably just go on to the next scene until she's either ready, or maybe they scrap it. I don't know. This is not like Emmy Award winning acting here. This is like, do it in your living room, some skits that they're putting on for children, and nobody really cares. What's that other one? Trinity and Beyond, all the little kid channels, right? These kids are working. These kids are making pretend. These parents are making millions of dollars. Okay. The Onyx Kids, yeah, that's $1 million operation going on over there, between the multi channels, the books, the merch, the speaking engagements. The whole entire family is in on this multi-channel situation. The royal family, look at the Prince family. I mean, these people they're doing a lot. Okay. And the kids are involved, but I don't know that the kids are involved in the adult conversations, in the adult trickery or foolery with their audiences. I don't know. And I don't know that they are, yes, the Claremont twins have done the most on Instagram. Absolutely. Look, there's the young lady who I don't even really want to speak on it too much, because I never, like, someone who has obviously been victimized, I'm not even going there. But there's a young woman who is an Instagram model, and I heard about this 2 weeks ago, and I consciously chose to not talk about it at all, because number one, I found it extremely creepy what happened to her, and it was very sad. Seeing her sister on Instagram, gut-wrenchingly, I cannot imagine the day, if it ever happens to me, because I'm not going to take for granted that I'm going to ever hear that news, because we don't know the order, we don't know the time. Okay. But hearing a woman who is a sister, who loves her sister very much, and was sitting there, they were showing pictures of her as big sis, and then little sister on one side and baby brother on another side, talking about, hearing about her child, her daughter, excuse me, her baby sister, who she calls her baby, being found in the way that she was. Okay. It was awful, and I didn't speak on it because it's extremely creepy. The information was not clear when this first came up a couple weeks ago. This is a very beautiful woman. She had body yaddy. She was taking very sexually provocative photos on Instagram, and who doesn't? This mommy sector, all of the mommies have taken nudes and pussy pics, titty pics, as Chrissy would say. You know, I'm not the one that leaked my pussy pics and titty pics and da 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 da. Okay. Because it's happened to all of them. Okay. All three of these ladies. If you didn't know, now you know. Okay. So now we have an Instagram model who's a, you know, a baddie and has monetized her body for coin, and that's her business. I'm certainly not judging. She had a gentleman who says that he was cash apping or whatever he was doing. And he was fucking nuts, guys. Like, we can't factor in crazy. And good morning, Renata Lewis. Good morning, everyone coming in. Ms. Me, Gemma Gonzalez. I don't know if I've missed anyone else, but good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning, ladies coming in. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? She had no control over that. There's no magic to say who's going to become fixated on someone. There's people for no rhyme or reason. It makes sense when you see a sexually provocative photo that, oh yeah, they were mesmerized by the boobies or the butt shots or whatever. There's people out here for no rhyme or reason. They're obsessed with an individual. You know what I'm saying? So we can't really factor anything that she could have potentially done differently if this gentleman chose to become fixated on her. But at the end of the day, this lady was victimized. And it's sad. So look, we all have to protect ourselves. And to me, I think it's probably too risky to do things of that nature. But if you can square up with it and you're good with it, fine. But when you are doing things and you've got your kids crying, they're confused, they don't understand. Olivia clearly has issues with weight and things like that. She said something about Robin being chunky. You know, it starts right there with the negativity on your children. And her making comments regarding her daughter's body to the world was absolutely out of line. But we were all there to witness it. We heard it, whatever. I mean, she's a large woman. But if you have negative feelings towards your weight and you're passing that on to your kid, understand that the way you feel, you're already teaching them how to feel about weight. And then you putting them in your category is now also you are now kind of pulling her in to a negative self-body image when maybe she did not have one. It takes one comment to change someone's mind. It takes just a second. It just takes a look. It takes a feeling to make someone have feelings on something. And, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, she needs, look, not my family. Okay. That's her. I'm not going to even go in deep on that because I'm sure somebody else will. And I don't, honestly, like I always say, and I'm going to say it one more time. I got one kid. We don't have any other bedrooms set up in this house. Everything is accounted for. I'm not going to pick up nobody's kids, and I'm not trying to parent anybody else's. If she wants to run this thing into the ground, that's on her. All I know is that you've got an interested lawyer and a very interested daddy who is waiting in the wings to scoop his kids up and make sure that they are loved on properly. Okay. Rose of Sharon, I think you got timed out by mistake. I'm I'm assuming that was a mistake. So just give yourself a minute. There's nothing I can do, but it says 300 seconds. So just hold on. That might have been just some fat fingers by mistake, but just hold on and you'll be back in a second. Okay. I'm just seeing that on here. So anyway, yeah, I didn't really want to talk about her like that today. That's not an interest of mine. She's, that's kind of a bit of a snooze fest over there for me. I watch it so you guys don't have to. But as far as picking her apart on how she manages her kids, I'll let her husband do that. That's not really my job out here on these YouTube streets. I talk mommy and adult stuff. That's my forte. But back to Jasmine. I mean, if she really doesn't want anyone to talk about what she's got going on in that belly of hers, why you put out the ultrasound video along with the photos where we can see the exact gestational age. So this ultrasound appears to, I think she did it on Monday, because if you look in the top right hand corner, you see 9/13. So that would be the day. There was a time, because I could clearly see the time, but I was like, where's the date? So the date was right above it. And then you could see the gestational age, which was 28 and 3 days. So based on that, my guesstimation, since that was 4 days ago, that she would be 28 and 7 days, which I don't think, so that would be, I guess 28 and 7, which basically wouldn't that be 29 weeks today? I don't think they do 29 and 7, do they? Because 28 and 7 would be 29, right? So because 28 in 1 day would be, so I answered my own question. She's 29 weeks today. Okay. According to what it said on that Instagram, on that ultrasound. Why we know so much detail? Because she put it out here. Yes. Just one comment to second guess yourself. Liv is a colorist towards Robin. She's a colorist, period. Deuce and DeMarcus's mom. I for her to say that my hair, it's one thing to have dry hair. And I believe me, guys, I'm talking about this, but I don't like it gives me no pause. Okay. I'm a Black woman, period. Okay. My hair is a certain way. I'm sorry that I'm not sorry that my hair is not silky enough for you to believe that my hair is not dry because of your standard of whatever that might be, Mrs. Colorist. Okay. At the end of the day, I'm a Black woman with 2 parents who had me. And I'm not going, I'm not going into detail about my parents are not here to defend themselves. They have gone to be with the Lord. Okay. And at the end of the day, your impression of my hair, my beautiful Black woman hair, is that it looks like it's ready for fire. Okay. Girl, I'm going to allow you to continue to keep putting your foot in your mouth so that one day you don't have to worry about me trying to run you off the YouTube streets, because I don't have time for that bullshit. I'm just going to let your audience do that. Okay. I'm going to just let them do that. And I'm going to let, I'm just going to let your words speak for themselves, your poor education, your lack of knowledge of your bloodline. At the end of the day, ma'am, think what you want. I don't care. I am not here to please you. I am not here to be sexually satisfying to you. I am not here for my hair to look acceptable to you. I do not give a fuck. Okay. And that's really that. I don't care. But you're telling on yourself. You have a standard that you think, I mean, Olivia, why don't you just not pander to Black women? Why don't you just escape from this lifestyle that you seem to resent so much? I think you're here because you're not accepted over there. I think you really want to be accepted somewhere else. Why don't you tell us where that is? But it seems like you are so angry against Black women. Number one, that's not my fault that your father chose a white woman. Okay, let's be real here. Your father chose that white woman who's your mother. Okay. And if you're mad because you don't feel Black enough, talk to him and talk to her. That's not our problem. That's not our problem to fix. That's your problem to fix. But you're not going to take your Black woman anger out on me or anyone that I'm around, okay? And think that you're going to get away with it because, girl, you look stupid. Number one, you don't have the smarts. You don't have the intelligence, which are two different things, smarts and intelligence. You don't possess any, you don't have it to even have a conversation with me really about anything, and certainly about race, and certainly about being a Black woman. She tries to be Latina, but little does she know that the Latina and the Hispanic diaspora has Black, okay? Indigenous, you call it whatever you want. But the Black diaspora spans the globe. Okay. So try to be Latina all you want. Look, there's plenty of Nancy. I don't know what you look like, but your mother, your grandmother, somebody in your bloodline could look just like me, could look just like Jasmine. Okay. Why don't you pull up some pictures of Cuba? Pull up some pictures of Dominican Republic. You don't get to be that complexion just on accident. Yes, there are indigenous people who are brown, Indians, whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, the Europeans were few, the people of melanated skin were many, okay? So to think that you are something other than what you are. When I went to Puerto Rico for the first time, I saw a sign as I was leaving the airport. Never forgot it. Tres razas, una nacionalidad, okay? What that means is 3 races, 1 nationality, okay? They acknowledge who they are. And most of the Latin American, South American countries, they do. But because for most people, out here in the world, unfortunately, because the rhetoric around being Black and having Black skin and African, for whatever reason, is always so negative, the last thing people want to do is acknowledge their Black heritage, their African heritage, their heritage from the source of where the Garden of Eden probably was. Okay. So that, let the history, that's a whole nother topic and a whole nother channel. You can go look that up. Okay. At the end of the day, the bottom line is, yes, we are all mixed. Absolutely. She can try to be Latina to try to make it more palatable for her. But the fact that she said what she said about my hair, guys, make no mistake. This woman is an extreme colorist. This woman hates herself. She might not be able to articulate how much she hates other Black women because she's got some resentment because she doesn't feel part of the club. You make yourself not part of the club. You make yourself not likable. You're not a likable individual. People don't like you. You are the villain out here on these YouTube streets, in case you didn't know it. You are like the Maleficent to Snow White, okay? That's who you are. You are Cruella de Vil. You are, you are that person, okay? You're certainly not that bitch, but you are that person who is like the Lex Luthor to Superman. You are the anti-hero, okay? You are the person that doesn't want to fit in, that wants everyone to accept you as you are, but you are vile, okay? Let's just be real. I mean, gosh, it's Friday. I'm sorry. I didn't expect to go down this road today. I was trying to talk about Jasmine's ultrasound, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, look, I'm not even going to continue this, but the bottom line is that this is a woman who shares everything. And she shares some of the most despicable, abhorrent behavior for a 30-year-old woman. For you to say this week that I'm only 31, give me a chance, bitch, you're almost middle age. You are closer to middle age than you are young. You need to stop saying that you're young. You are officially in your 30s. 30s is not old, but you are grown. Like you say, you're a grown ass woman today. But yesterday, I'm young, guys. Give me a chance. Look, the fact that you hadn't put stamps in your passport, girl, that's your business. We don't care. I don't expect much from you. I don't know who does. Ursula, thank you to Snow White. So Maleficent was who's Maleficent? Is that Cinderella? Excuse me. Yeah. So Cinderella to Maleficent, Ursula to Snow White. Excuse me. Let me get my Disney princesses right, okay? But yes, this woman wants you to eat what she shits. Period. Sleeping Beauty, thank you. I just, but you guys get what I mean. It's ridiculous. And then she sends her cronies over here to Ursula is Little Mermaid. So she's the big lady, the big purple lady. Oh my goodness, the lady who lived under the sea. Okay. See how there's always, Disney has such a recipe. There's always like that anti-hero. Even though Cruella de Vil is pretty badass. If any of you guys watched Cruella, if you have not seen it, watch it. It's so good. But Cruella's got some good in her. But her mom, you know, it's a whole story. You got to watch it, but it's a very good story. But anyway, Olivia comes to these YouTube streets trying to be a badass, but she wants to be loved like she's freaking Snow White or Cinderella. And bitch, you're not. You're just not. Okay. And the resentment comes into places because they are so ratchet. They want to create dialogue regarding the reactors that we are bullies, that we think we're too good, that all of these things so that they can kind of rally the disenfranchised, the small-minded, those who engage in low-life living, people that think that mediocre is awesome. Mediocre is not awesome. Mediocre is when you are doing just enough and you sit on the sidelines and you got to a certain point and you wished you would have not quit soccer. You wished you hadn't quit tennis. You wished that you had studied the night before and got the 85 or the 95, but you settled for the 72. Okay. Mediocre is when you decided to let him take the condom off and you're walking across the stage at graduation and you wish you'd made a different decision because, you know, now you're going to have to commute back and forth to college and you're not going to be able to go to the school that you were accepted into because your parents were like, you're not taking the baby and we're not keeping the baby for you. Babies are blessings and babies are awesome. And having a baby early is certainly no small feat. But that's not necessarily the plan that your parents have for you or that you have for yourself, but you make lemonade out of it. Okay? So there's no real shame in that. And none of these women were even in that situation. Okay? I know Chrissy had her first child, maybe 18, 19, but I'm assuming she was past high school age. These other ladies had babies in their 20s. So this was a choice. Okay. But mediocre is living a life of like, okay, just kind of there. No extra efforts involved. Okay. And if this bothers you, me saying that, this conversation is not for you. Okay. Because there's a lot of women on here that I've been up since 4:30 this morning, 4:30. Feet on the ground, first time sitting down. Honestly, if I would have gotten the adjustable desk thing that I wanted from Sam's, I would probably be standing up right now. Yes, I'm one of those people at the job that likes to stand up. Okay. I would be standing right now. Okay. Because I don't know. It just does something for you. It's probably good I'm not standing up, but anyway, You don't have time to be lazy when you're working on being successful. You don't have time to be lazy when you know that, yeah, I'm not going to be clocking in at no jobs after a certain point in life. When you have a plan to pay off a house, when you have a plan to do certain things, when you don't give a fuck what people say about what you're driving because they think they're driving something better, but guess what? It just got repoed, or it's in the shop, wherever it is. It's not sitting in the driveway ready to run and paid for the last 4 years. Okay, girl, we don't care about what people say around here about what we got and what we don't got, because what we got is paid for. Okay. And if it's not paid for, it's being paid for in abundance. All right. Trust and believe. So at the end of the day, it's like somebody who is low life living really can't tell me anything. Just like she says, you can't tell me anything if you're not doing what I'm doing or better. Okay. Okay. Get a new audience and see if you can say that. Come over here to BougieGang and see if you can say that and you don't get laughed out the fucking room. These are women who are in cars right now on their way to their good job. These are people who are clocking in, waiting for a Zoom to happen because they are running it. Okay. These are women who are working up the corporate ladder. These are people who are finishing up a bachelor's, finishing up an associate's, finishing up other professional certifications, degrees, whatever. Okay. Or just living their life, making lunches, getting out the door, going to their job that they've been promoted to a manager, or trying to work towards a promotion. People who want more, people who strive to be better, to try to make the most out of their day, not sleep all day, fuck all night, be inebriated out of your minds. Guys, I live my life too. I'm not someone who's sitting up here and said that I'd say that I never sipped on some alcohol. Girl, I had some damn 1800 last weekend. Okay. I went to college. Girl, okay, like I've experienced some things, okay, but at a certain point in your life, you have to make decisions what's healthy for you, what's healthy for your family, what's healthy for your money. Let me tell you something else. Good morning, Charlotta. Good morning, host of YouTube. Good morning, everybody up in here. There's a channel that I've been watching for a long time too. Her channel is called Earth Mama Medicine. I don't know if you guys watch her. Her name is Validia. She's Nuyorican. And what is Nuyorican, you might ask? It's a Puerto Rican person from New York. She's of so her dad is American, her mom is Puerto Rican, right? Now her mom is Puerto Rican, like, you know, couple generations in. So they're from New York. Now you love her. She's beautiful. Do you know her and Matt broke up? My heart like dropped. I did not know her and Matt broke up. I just knew that since they had the baby, they hadn't really been posting like that. But this is a woman who is so she's a Black woman. She honors her Puerto Rican descent, but she's a Black woman, clearly, right? They're people of color. Yes, her and Matt broke up. Matt's got a channel now. Matt always had a channel, but what did Matt do? Matt was riding with Validia. The first video I saw of them was 3 years ago because I used to watch van life a lot, right? They got some sort of looking like crazy looking van, and they decided with no money, no jobs, they love to smoke weed, they got a hairless cat, they were going to drive to California, they were going to do house sitting, all kinds of shit, and just make love, be happy, smoke weed, be hippies, drive to the West Coast. You guys all saw it, right? They fell in love. They met 3 months later. They are in a van and they are never separated from the hip. Validia told the story in a video she put up yesterday, I guess, or day before. So go check it out. I will link the video. I will link Matt's video. Matt is a little bitter. Matt's pissed. It's Earth Mama Medicine. I'll link it when we're done, and I'll put Matt's channel too. Her and her boyfriend. They're a beautiful couple. Let me tell you, they're telegenically blessed. So what I mean by that is they come through the TV screen and they look amazing. You know, some people you see them and they're like, but like they always take beautiful pictures. So they're photogenic. So there's telegenic too, people who just come across the TV. Not that they're not beautiful in person, but they just blessed to really photograph well. Anyway, she was talking about, so what my thoughts and impressions of Earth Mama Medicine and Matt breaking up is, number one, they started a relationship on YouTube, period. That's it. They were van dwellers. They were living in their van. They were also on some sort of an app where you can hire people, like kind of like an Airbnb, but it was a trade. So if someone's going to like Denmark for a month, they would house sit your house. So they would take care of your dog, live in the house. They were house sitters, right? You also get paid. So they were doing that for money across the United States. Okay. And also doing like holistic consulting and like yoni cleansing, all this stuff, right? I love her channel. When I first saw her channel, they may have had like 3,000 subscribers. She's at 333,000. Matt is still in the 3,000s. Maybe after in the next couple days and people really realize he's got a channel now. But he had like 16,000 views on a video, which means that I don't know if people are mad because, but people are not necessarily subscribing. Maybe there are people that came from their main channel, which really was their thing, but really she was very specific in her speech yesterday that it's her channel. See, when it all comes down, it's her channel. We see this all the time when these couples break up. Yeah, it's mine's, okay? Because they're not married. Am I judging them? No, but girl, you had a whole baby, bought a whole house. That's a whole nother conversation. But there's some bitterness in Matt. We'll talk about that another time, since I'm seeing you guys like this channel. Well, we can talk about it. But she's gorgeous and I love her. But she really talked about the fact that she was losing herself in this relationship. Number one, I think that they've been on YouTube, period. That's rough enough. They lived in a fucking car for over a year. They did not have their own dwelling for 2 years, a year to go across country and back. They lived with her mother. They stayed at her father's. Somehow down the street from her dad, they lucked up on a piece of property and an A-frame house, which now became kind of like their sanctuary homestead enclave. Okay. Like yoga retreat, all of these things that they wanted to do, which doesn't still mean that they won't do it, because she closed the video saying that there's still a whole lot of love and she's not convinced that they're not going to be together, but she needed some space. And it wasn't space to date. I think it was space to just like, can I breathe? Matt, I think, still engages in the ganja. She looks amazing. She looks very clear. Her skin looked flawless. She looked happy and calm. And maybe she's decided, yeah, I've gotten to a certain age. I've got a baby. I can't be high anymore out of my mind. I've got to be clear because I've got this little 1-year-old I got to run after. I'm running a business. I've got a YouTube channel that's 100 times bigger than it was when I met you. And probably, like most women, are carrying a lot of the operational weight around the house. And Matt is doing music and smoking. Now, I'm not calling him a bum by any means, because of course he contributed to the growth of that channel, period. However, she's the mama, and mamas run the house. I'm sorry. I don't care what any of you guys say, unless it's a different type of setup. Mamas are running the houses, right? And she said that she asked him to leave. They dated 3 months and moved into a van and started driving across country in a van that they were putting together at pit stops, and watching van life videos on how to put the van together. And honestly, it was more like they got it to the point where there was like a pallet in the back and they made a couple of drawers. You could go all the way back to It's Time for a Van Tour. That was almost 3 years ago. That was the first video that I saw, and I've been watching them ever since. And she had a water birth for her baby, all of those things. Matt's a good guy, don't get me wrong, and they matched energy, but I think that at certain points in our lives, we don't always continue to match energy. Sometimes we are in sync with our partner. Sometimes they move ahead. Sometimes you fall behind. Sometimes you're just not caught up. I mean, if you are in a long-term relationship where you are cohabitating, not they just come through, when you are cohabitating with someone, you know that I am speaking the truth here. We all grow at different rates, okay? And some of us choose to stop growing, okay? And that's very frustrating. Sometimes we get to a point in our life and we have to make a right turn, and for people who love to smoke weed, my first impression is that maybe she stopped smoking, because honestly, when you have a baby, you can't do everything that you were doing before. And she is, I think, still an active nurser. So, she's not indulging in anything because she doesn't want to give that to her baby. Her baby doesn't deserve that. So I don't know what it is, but my spidey sense told me she's not smoking, and she's probably, when you've got a clear mind and your man is still smoking, some things are going to start to appear. And you guys listen and we'll talk about it on Monday. She's a very real person. I think that they were super honest. Matt started to want to tell the story, but he kind of stopped himself and he was like, "Hi, I'm Matt, and I was forcibly removed," and it goes, and he goes into what's been going on since he left the home because he didn't want to throw Validia under the bus. She seemed a little annoyed that he put the story out before her, but at the end of the day, this is YouTube. And if you're trying to go get that bag, which he knows he needs to be able to support himself, because he sat there and let his girlfriend's channel grow 100 times from what it was when they entered that van, and never took care of himself, which was grow and post on your own channel. I remember when they were in LA once and he was filming for himself. I don't know if that video is still I'm sure it is. I didn't even look for it, but I remember him posting a video when they were in LA, and I think it was probably just easier to post for her. So there's nothing wrong with that. But at the end of the day, I think now there's some regret when you see that she's probably making major guap on that channel. I'm sure she's breaking him off some bread still, because he helped grow your channel. He helped you make Earth Mama Medicine what it is. I'm assuming he partially owns that home. I don't know what their deal was with the deed. That's the stipulations of buying a home with a man that is not your husband. It gets sticky, and hopefully she's got the money to buy him out, so that he can go ahead and start his life with what he's invested in the home, because that can get real ugly. Okay. So, I'm going to link it definitely, because I would love for you guys to at least watch that video of the breakup and his version of the breakup. There's 2 videos, and see how this unfolds. But if you want to watch some fun video, they have a beautiful channel. They are very earthy, granola, whole type yoga, Zen, read books, look out the window, get centered with yourself type individuals. And I love them. I love their energy, and I'm so sad that they broke up, but I think that they still love each other, and this might just be a growth break for them to get some space to elevate. And maybe she's seeing that Matt's not doing what he needs to do to elevate. But sometimes when you give that space, sometimes you realize, like, okay, we're good. Maybe we just need to be friends here. And men are very fragile creatures, and men get their feelings hurt. And it's quite possible he might not trust his heart again with her. You never know. Because once you hurt a man, he's going to be on the kind of lookout for you to maybe even decide, you know what, I thought, but now I don't. And he's moved in again. So it might be, men are different. I'm just going to say that. Hurt with, like we've seen this on the YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? Like asking a man to leave his home he purchased with you, and he feels you are his spiritual wife, and they say that they are genetically connected. They are co-parents. They have a child that bonds them. They are family. Validia said all of that, and so did he. But I believe that he is mad. They are going to couples counseling, all of those things. I think he is going to be bitter. And I don't know that a man is going to, once you ask a man to leave his house, I don't know he's coming back. The only comeback would be marriage. And I don't know, they're very progressive. I don't know if they're the type to do the traditional marriage thing. So we have to see how this is going to unfold. But if you want to see something unfold, I would definitely check them out. And there's a lot to watch. There's 3 years of almost daily vlogging. Since she had the baby, she's slowed down, but you could go back in time on the journey, and it's fun. They used to have a lot of fun. They went to a house once to house sit, and it was weird. And they just like, the next video was like, guys, we had to take off from there. Like, they were weird and we didn't know what was getting ready to go happen over there. Yeah, they're yes, Deuce and DeMarcus's mom. They're very cool and very spiritually connected. If you are offended by people who do not practice traditional religion, yeah, maybe don't go. They're not doing anything weird or hokey over there, but it's not traditional. So if that offends you, these people may not be for you. They're very hippie, open type. But not even, and they are very cool. You know what I mean? It's not, that how you believe in God to me, it's that you believe in God, and however you want to practice it, to me, that is your business. So take that how you want. Certainly I am a Christian, but I don't shove my Christianity down anybody's throat. You don't have to believe what I believe, and you don't have to do it like I do it. So I just want you to know that just go check them out for who they are, not how they practice what they do. Because you will see when you hear her talking, she is such a light. She's a very light individual, but I think that she needed some space and clarity. But what she also has to understand with maturity, when you displace a man from his home that he picked out and purchased and maybe signed documents with you, he's probably going to feel away and also displaced from his child. So it's possible he now has some proving to do and may not want to come back to that house. I don't know. We're going to see what Matt decides to do. But yeah, Matt is spending time with his cousin in Atlanta, and they are doing it. They were smoking a blunt and having some drinks, but I don't know that that's the whole existence in Atlanta. He's not, like I said, I'm not trying to portray him like he's a bum. He's a guy who's probably getting some free time now that he wouldn't have indulged in certain things when he was home, obviously in more of a family environment. Now it's 2 single guys. But he showed himself walking through the park. He showed himself doing many things, right? Including editing a video. So Matt this is kind of like the setback to the comeback story. So I'm hoping for good things for them. Validia even linked his videos and said, if you're supporting him, you're supporting us, because, he's Aura's father, and I love him and I want him to be successful. So she definitely, and also she probably doesn't want to have to separate that channel. I mean, I don't know. I don't think she's a spiteful person, but at the end of the day, business is business. And if that's her channel and she did the editing and the concepts were hers, that's her channel. She could break them off some bread for a period of time, but that's her channel. And we know, she gets really good views typically. So she hasn't been posting, but this will go to, 6-figure views, maybe, anyway, I digress. My point in saying all of this is they lived their life on the internet, and I think it became very stressful, and we'll have to watch and see what the dialogue is about how things unfolded. It could get uglier, who knows? But at the end of the day, I think that, people have to be very conscious and very aware about how you share things on this internet. And I mean, what your strategy is, because when you start to do too much, show too much, and it starts to affect what's near and dear to your heart, or maybe you realize this has gone on way farther than I thought it would, but we were playing this out on TV. I don't know. I think we need to probably, we'll be watching and figure it out. But you know, that's definitely a channel to check out this weekend for sure. But you know, I think there's a lot of people that harbor a lot of resentment out here on YouTube for the things that they share, the demands of their audience. And you know, I'm sorry, you got to look inward. There are some days where I've shared things and I'm just like, why'd I do that? But I live and learn. I don't live and cry. I don't live and regret. I live and learn. I cannot have a takeaway without a lesson. If I'm going to take away some shame and some guilt and some I fucked up, I need to have a lesson. I need to learn something from it to how I'm going to move the next time. And if that's not a practice of yours, I highly recommend it. I'm not shaming anyone for not doing it. I'm just saying it's a practice that I highly recommend. Doing self-analysis and seeing when you really fucked up, even when you partially, you know, those times when you're just like, yeah, I shouldn't have been on the phone. I shouldn't have been texting. You know, I mean, it's as easy as that. That was a 1, 2, 3 check-in, right? With I fucked up. Yeah, I shouldn't have been on the phone. Yeah, that, okay. I could have lost everything, right? That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be therapy. Sometimes it's just, okay. So I think that that's what they're going through right now. I think Jasmine, girl, if you're going to put your whole delivery on YouTube, I'll be watching. You want to premiere it? You want to go live? I'll be watching it. I just won't be there to pick up the pieces when you're mad. Okay. Olivia, we won't be there to pick up the pieces when Zolo demands a paternity test or when he does not want to show up for a paternity test because he's got hours of footage of you saying it's not his baby. Okay. We're not going to be here to help you pay for the therapy, Olivia, that you might have to pay for. Okay. Or help pay for, or that you might need. Okay. Because of the fuckery and the foolishness that you are engaging in. You know, again, Strong Mommy Chrissy, I definitely, we know that she's working hard on changing look, nobody's perfect. You're living out here on these YouTube streets. Nobody's perfect. But for someone who is really trying hard to kind of hold on to their messaging and show you who they want you to know, yeah, I'm going to give Strong Mommy Chrissy the award because at the end of the day, she is trying to consciously manage her channel with conscience, okay? With the conscience that she's got 9 kids. She's got a man that she wants to hold on to. And collectively, they have 10 kids. And she's the mama up in there. And it's her channel. And she's setting the pace. And she needs to be responsible. So as the responsible one, or one of the responsible ones, and as the person who makes coin off YouTube, she's trying to give you what she's comfortable with. Stop trying to make us eat what you're not comfortable with and be mad because we're not comfortable with it. Like, bitch, please. So, guys, I know we had some different plans for today. We still need to do address. We've had so many comments. We need to do addressing the comments and everything. Cassini, good morning. Everyone coming in, good morning, good morning. Guys, we're going to have some fun tomorrow. We're going to have some drinks tomorrow night. I'm thinking probably somewhere around like 10:30, 11 o'clock, like we did last time, and shoot the shit, talk birthdays, you know, stuff like that. We got kind of on a different topic that I intended to, but I'm glad that if some of you don't know Earth Mama Medicine, you go check her channel out today. Go check Matt's channel out. They are a beautiful couple. They got a beautiful daughter. They're living their life on their own terms. And like I said, they broke up. So it's some YouTube drama. And she asked you to please be respectful in the comments. So, but she's got like 1,700 comments and I have not gone through them. They may be very interesting. And I'm sure people have a lot to say. So go check her out. Her name, again, it's Earth Mama Medicine. Go figure, spelled just the way I'm saying it. Okay. Nene Wade, yes, your birthday is coming up. You got the same birthday with Tasha Marie TMR. Okay. Your birthday is Monday. Yes. Virgo Gang Gang. And I don't know if there's a birthday today, but give me a minute. I'll post something on my community board. I'm going to post these videos, and I promise to come back later. And I will. Because I didn't get to really talk about what I wanted to talk about today because I got off on a tangent. Okay. You guys, those comments just kind of brought me to a different place, but that's okay. Sometimes we just got to go with where the spirit goes. Right. You subscribe to Earth Mama. Yes, she's good. Okay. And you'll meet the whole family. If you guys go back far enough, you meet the whole family. You get to go to New York, you go to DC, you get to see her dad's place, all of those things. But now since she bought a house down the street from her dad, I don't know if the videos at her dad's house are still there. But at the end of whatever, like, I don't know, she's got on there, whatever she got on there. But yeah, it's definitely a channel worth going to watch. So now they're going, and I'm sure they're not the people to do skits. This is not that. I think this is a real breakup, and maybe it's a breakup to make up, and that would be wonderful. But I don't see a man coming back for the same thing. I see him coming back for more, and that would be a wedding. And after she hurt him in such a way, I don't know if he's going to come back with a ring unless they go through some really amazing counseling and can work out the problems. But I think she needs to probably see him step up. That's what I would imagine. And I think maybe step out of the weed, because guys, I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but you can have a dependency on the ganja. We see this on the YouTube streets. And when you break free from mind altering drugs, there's a clarity, especially once you have dwelled in the land of the altered reality. When you come back to earth, there is a clarity that you can experience that's really amazing. And I think that at a certain point, we as women, because of children, we have to give things up. We have to do that all the time, even just with having a glass of wine. We have to be really good stewards of our body because we are the nurturers of the children. Not that men are not, but our bodies are designed to nurture these children, to grow them to existence and to feed them. And, if Matt is still smoking, which it looked like he was in his video, it might just be time. Like, sir, I'm going to need for you to grow up. Maybe I'm projecting here. I don't know if that's what it was. We're going to find out. Okay. You guys watch this weekend. You let me know if you guys want to talk about this on a regular basis, and we can be watching, and we can talk about a channel that we certainly won't be trashing them. But we're going to talk about the issues, honestly, and they may or may not like it. That's okay, because we're not here to please anybody. We're here to talk about the issues. And these are real issues that all of us are dealing with. Someone right now has broken up with someone that they purchased a home with, and they're having to split kids. Okay. Right here on these YouTube streets. Like, this is real shit. So let's, it would be nice to incorporate another mom. Okay. Who's really desperately trying to do her thing out here. Another one. Okay. So I will link the videos. I promise. If your birthday is today, happy birthday. And I will be back to say happy birthday to you. Let me look really quick, because I don't feel good about that. Hold on. Yesterday was Debo. Yesterday, so 9:15 was Lupita Alvarez. 9:16 was Debo. 9:17, 9:17. No, I don't think we have any birthdays today. I could be wrong. If you have a birthday today, speak now or forever hold your peace. And if you find us later, cool. Let us know, and comment in the post, and we will shout you out. I'm checking the spreadsheet, and I see nothing for the 17th. And what spreadsheet are you asking? I've got a birthday spreadsheet. You put your YouTube name and month and day, and you can put it 2021. Do not put the actual year of your birth. I don't want to know it. And you can also put your zodiac sign. Okay. Do not put the year you were born. Anybody who put the year that you were born, I have deleted it. Okay. It's not there. Because I didn't want to know it. So I just kept your month and day. If you want to put, you have to probably put a year, put 2021, okay? Or put 3030, I don't care. Just don't put your real date, okay? It's not my business and I don't need to know how old you are, how young you are, nothing, okay? And use your YouTube STREETZ name, okay? And if your YouTube STREETZ name is your name, that's also your business, okay? I don't know what your name could be, Janet Jones, okay? But you're going by Marsha Gonzalez, okay? And that's okay, okay? I don't know. And it's okay. That's my disclaimer on the birthday list. So I will put the birthday link and sign up if you want to. It's voluntary, not mandatory. And I will make sure to shout your birthday out when it comes up. It's not just a Virgo gang gang thing up in here, even though we shout out and do the most for the Virgos. But give us a chance. Libra season, Libra season's coming, okay? So give us a chance, and we will celebrate you just like we celebrate. We just kind of picked this up recently, so this is a new edition of celebrating life on these YouTube STREETZ, okay? And making sure that we're giving out the appropriate shout outs. Yes, ma'am, Scorpio, okay? Guys, I'm going to go because I got to get on my grizzy. I got to get to work, guys. I will be back later, and we're going to have drinks tomorrow night, so put that on your calendar. It's Nasty Girl Night. Don't forget. Clothing is not optional unless you are not turning on your camera and you do what you want in your house, because that's your business, okay? But if you want to come on camera and you want to shout someone out, you want to join the conversation, we're going to be Ratchet tomorrow night. We're going to talk about gossip that we don't know is true, allegedly. And you are going to drop whatever tea on me that you think I don't know. Tell me something I don't know. And we're just going to have some chit chat. Okay. So put that on. I will set a time, but probably let's just do it late. 10, 11 o'clock, because we still observe quarantine over here, so I'm not going anywhere. So anybody that thinks that we are party animals over here and we should be out running the streets, think again. You don't know me, okay? We are staying out of the way, and we are observing this special time that has been set aside for us to be one with our families and get in with your hobbies and things that you enjoy to do as an individual and a family. Okay, guys? So let's have some mom time tonight, or ladies' night, and do what we want to do, okay? And have some drinks. All right, guys, have a good evening, a good day, rather. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. And I will see you guys a little bit later, okay? Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lace Fronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, BougieGang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing opposed to being on my page, bitch, cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.